Ah, awesome. That should now work. Ah, awesome. That should now work. Excellent. So, apologies for that. That means you missed everything I just said, which is rather annoying. So we'll do that again in a minute. There's a new update came out. PlayStation decided in their infinite wisdom that as soon as you start plugging a microphone, it will immediately mute it. And I keep forgetting that I have to go in and switch it off before you can hear me, which is a little bit dumb. But yeah, so anyway, welcome to Lubelska Dolina. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Obviously you've not heard me say that already. So, I'll try and remember everything I just said. So yeah, Lubelska Dolina, this is first down the farm, and just raise that up. I think we got this field. Did I buy this field as well? I did. Cool. Well, I just have to repeat everything I just did. Here's the problems of streaming, not recording. But yeah, so if you've not seen one of these before, the basic premise is it's not a new map this week, but it's a relatively new mod map, and as far as possible we will only use it with modded machinery, or at least we'll try and see and or use as much of the machinery as we can, just see how we get on. We just spend a day, in fact I'll bump up the time a little bit and see how far we get. So let's put a worker on that and leave him to it a minute, because we've got lots to do. Out of his way. So yeah, as I was saying before I started the microphone, this is an update to a harvester that came out a little while ago, but I don't do these mod reviews particularly very often, so I thought I'd use it. Plus it was the only combine that we've had this week. So apart from an update to one that I have used on one of these before, and one of the updates was the shaded glass, which I have to say does look pretty cool. See how the worker does. It's quite a tight space. So anyway, we'll do a bit of walk around the yard that you've just seen it but didn't hear it. These are quite cool. Take out the log. It does mean that these doors won't open from the inside. You can only open them from the outside. But But yeah, these are quite nice. They drive through both sides. As I said, you can't open it from there, and I'm assuming also the personal door presumably also won't open. I'm pretty sure this is a mod that he's used on the map. I'm sure I've seen that before, but it looks really good, it fits really well. And yeah, the yard itself is relatively small, but there's lots of storage. And as I was saying, as I was randomly walking around here, and you wouldn't have had a clue, I don't know where the eggs spawn. This is the trigger animal dialog box, so I don't know where the eggs will spawn, and that will become important. So hopefully we'll figure that out later. As I did also say, this looks like this is our silo. There's nothing in it, which surprised me. We definitely no crops at all. We do, which must mean that they're not at this silo, which is interesting, because this is the farm you start at, and none of those crops are in here, which I find odd. But hey ho, there you go. Actually, what we'll do, we'll get this out of here and we'll put it in the field. The Bureau, this was an update this week as well, but again, I haven't already got a nearly full grain tank. Crikey, that was quick. I can't remember the capacity, to be honest. But yeah, so we'll get this out and ready. So yeah, this is the Bureau. It came out a couple of weeks ago. I haven't used it yet, though I have got plans to do so. So again, it had an update this week, so I thought we'd bring it out, have a play. Did we use this? Did we use this on one of these before? I've got Alexander with me, which you also won't have heard when I introduced myself at the beginning of the stream. I can't remember if we have or not, but anyway, it got an update this week, so we've got it already. This old trailer, I'm fairly certain I used on FS17. This just came out. It's very similar to one that I used on FS17. It looks really cool. Have I got crop destruction on? Not that it matters, to be honest. I do a bit of destruction of crop. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job of that. So, as I did say at the beginning, here's the map. We're starting up in this corner up here. We do have the sort of what I'd call the traditional, I suppose they've become standard additional crops, so triticale, rye and lucerne. But you don't start, so when you start, we're on New Farmer. When you start New Farmer, you do start with the farmyard, which is this, but you don't start with any of these fields. I've had to buy them, and the shop had to buy because I've placed the buy anything silo. I've also bought the sheep shelter, which we will go to in a moment.
Where's he stopped?
Looks like he's full. Pipes out. Yeah, I'm quite surprised too. It must have a really small tank. Yes, we've got crop destruction on board this one. And we messed that up. Can I just swing it around? No, it's an A-frame trailer. Oh, there it was. Excellent. That's when we hit the trigger. Awesome. Yield is not relevant for today. I haven't yet. I have got a couple of government subsidy signs up, just in case we need to buy more land or any of the animal shelters as we go forwards. But we'll see how we do. So how big is the tank if that's already full? Wow, it's pretty high yield actually. That's 7,500. That's 7,000 litres. Crikey. Which means that it hasn't actually emptied the tank. But never mind. Oops, sorry, my mistake. Begging pardon. Carry on. There we go. I was just going to put in the silo actually. If only for purposes of making sure that it is the silo as I expected, and what I haven't really done is left myself room to get round. Fail, major fail. Oh no, we do, just about. So yeah, as I said, there is a access to this silo from this road here, to coming down here, but actually you can sort of sneak around the back too. There we go. So what, this isn't the unload point for the silo, really? Where's the unload point then? That's a bit odd.
You know the place that we thought was the bit where you got all the chicken eggs? It might be there.
No, I don't think so. Interesting. Maybe we'll go sell this then. Could give us a reason to go to a sell point. I have no idea where the
Also get more money.
I've no idea where the silo point is. One thing we can do is if we look on the map, come up to the farm, click on the silo, tag it. Where's the green thing appear? In that shed. Hey B&K, how you doing?
I knew it.
So if that is in that shed, why can I not tip? Or is it? Oh, I know. Wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. Maybe. Just trying to find the silo. BK, how you doing? Yeah, I could have done with you about 10 minutes ago. Because luckily, thanks to a new PlayStation feature that came in the last update, there was no sound. Oh, hang on. Tip side left, tip side right, tip side left, tip side right. Right, that's not it. Not 100% sure. What that's supposed to do. Test. Oh, nice. Because yeah, that just fills, which doesn't help us. Interesting. Okay, well we'll leave that for a while. Oh, help see has stopped unexpectedly, unknown reason. Well, that's a bit worrying, isn't it? Let's just jump back, see what's going on. Oh, well, it's not that unknown. He sort of ran out of field. Ah, no, it's because he started on the next bit of field. He won't have liked that, trying to do 2 crops at once, so we'll just finish this off by hand. But yeah, so there's a magic new feature, BK, on the PlayStation in the last update, whereas whenever you plug in a headphone it automatically mutes all the microphones, and I forgot to do a sound test at the beginning, so about the first 5 minutes is no sound, which is a little bit frustrating. Get as much of that as possible, not overly fussed about, this isn't a realism thing. I suppose it sort of is in some ways. It's just trying out the field, trying out the farm, and see how much we can get done on the map on the first day using some of the new mods that have come out this week. It's a nice map, I have to say. I really like it, and it's really well laid out. May not be your kind of thing, relatively small fields, but as I said, well, actually no, as I said off screen, or while I was muted, in the sort of Polish style maps that we tend to get, no clue whether it's realistic or not. I have no experience to comment. Lots of these fields are quite close together, and some of them either have nothing between them or maybe just the odd tree, so plenty of scope for ploughing a few fields together and doing that kind of stuff. I know, it's really annoying, isn't it? But yeah, so I did a great introduction. It was awesome, best stuff I've ever done, obviously not. Talking about the map and stuff, and the chickens, and the yard, and looking at the sheds, and nothing. But hey, these things, they happen. So let's get this done. We'll somehow find somewhere to unload the combine, because I'm not sure what to do with it, because I can't seem to put it into the silo. But we'll try it with another, I suppose we can do, but now that means I've got 2 trailers full, not just one, and I need to empty the combine because I need to use it. But hey, it's fine. We have got another trailer, which we did have need to use. So I'll leave that there, and we'll jump back and grab it. Let's see where it is. What's this one? Oh, right, yes. Nope. Nope. Yeah, nope. 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 Yes. So, new tractor, one that dropped yesterday afternoon, Massey Ferguson, I forget which one it is, 7370 Brazil edition, with its rather cool rounded trailerboard tyres. I quite like that. It's not bad. Nice sound. I do like the engine. I'll take the cover off, which brilliantly rolls back. So this is one of the trailers that came in the Holland pack. But I think it might have said, oh, and there's already wheat in there. That's okay. I think that's what we just harvested. We just harvested wheat. Oh, God. Yes, I have to buy some for the chicken.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this is one of the Roland pack that came out yesterday. It said, I think it was an update, but I think that's just to bring it to console. It's a nice trailer. It's got some pretty cool tricks, so we'll take a look at that in a moment. Actually, we'll just leave that there, because as soon as that's unloaded, we'll get it on the next field.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I suppose what we could do, I was going to do this next one across because I bought that field too, but actually what we could do, because this harvester came with this header, but also we had a New Holland corn header came up this week as well, sunflower header, corn header, so we'll use that too. And I'm assuming it comes with this trailer, which isn't branded, but it's just a lizard header trailer. Thank you very much for getting stuck, I appreciate that. It's quite a nice little trailer. I suppose it is at a slight slope. Drop it off, locks on nicely. The combine sort of, I don't know what you call that bit that sticks out, does sort of get caught a little bit, but it works, it's fine. So yeah, a New Holland corn header came out this week also. You can have it New Holland, or I think it was John Deere. Let's have a look. This one, the 980 CF6, and I think, oh, it's Case, that's right, New Holland or Case. Of course it would be, not John Deere. I got it New Holland because we got it with a New Holland combine. So let's take this up, we'll get it on some sunflowers. And actually we've got something else we kind of need to do rather urgently before we and ah about selling our. It's going to be, they always tend to be a bit rushed these, especially because, you know, there's a load of mods that come out in a week. Wow, this is quite some field. Well, this is going to keep them going a bit. Oh, okay, look out for tree collisions. So if I was playing that map, I'd probably get a chainsaw and cut that lower branch off that tree, and there's a few of them, so that's going to be a problem all the way along. This is a big old field, at least it's long anyway. Just come down to that track. Where's that go? That's interesting. So where does that road go then that comes out the back of the... Oh, does it just go into... Ah, it just goes into there, okay. So, header's folded. And away we go with the sunflowers. We'll leave him running, see how he gets on. Quite a lot of trees along here, could cause us some grief. Hopefully they'll be alright. Got past the first one okay. Yeah, fingers crossed, right, we'll leave him going. So, let's come back to that in a second. Sorry, I've got quite a lot of vehicles, and I've actually maxed out my my slots a little bit. Okay, so the next thing to do, we're going to head down to the sheep, which I have already bought the land for. I'm going to tag them, just to make our navigation a little bit easier, and we've got a few things here. So this truck has had an update this week. The VStRuk came out a few weeks ago actually when I did my first one of these first day on the farms on Bjornholm, and I never got around to using it. I did use it, but I didn't use it on screen, so I thought we'd use it on here. But we've got a new low loader that came out this week. I will ultimately put links to all of these in the description. Yeah, true. It's just too easy for me to play on PlayStation. And also the other things we'll talk about in a minute. Whoa! Except I'm on the tractor, not on the truck. Anyway, that's quite funny. So yeah, this is the VStRuk. Quite a nice truck. And yeah, new low loader came out this week. Just make sure we did that a bit of a wide berth. trying to get around there. This should be locked, but I guess we'll see. Now, where's our green marker for our sheep? Oh, there it is, I see it. Wow, so that road's quite short, suddenly becomes a track. That's slightly odd, but okay. Oh yeah, I remember this. You sit quite far back in this truck. We're going to hit more collisions. We're going to have problems if we're going to hit collisions with tree branches along here. We'll see how we do. We can always take it off the back. I just thought I'd show the low loader. Gave me the opportunity. We had 2 low loaders this week. Well, the other one's at the store. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute as well. I kind of thought I was going to be driving along a road. Ah, so there is a road here. That's interesting. So where's that road go then? Ah, okay. So if you went further over, that's where that road goes. Let me come down here. Okay. So we've got a left turn coming up, and that'll be a sheep. And here it is. So good length. I was amazed. I just tried it. I was amazed. I managed to get tractor and trailer on this low loader. And actually, if you'd got something small, you'd get something else on the back of there too. It's a pretty good low loader. Actually, I kind of like it. So here we go. Here's our sheep farm. Whoa! And we've got stuck. And as you can tell, that wasn't exactly locked onto the trailer as it's flown forwards. So we grounded. Yeah, it's a low loader. But no, we're alright. We're still going. Hi, Dashall Sears, how are you? So let's find a good spot we can unload. I haven't checked yet, so I don't know whether we'll just... Oh, we've lost our tractor. That's not cool, is it really? Sure, it'll be fine. Just unload that, open that up. Right, fingers crossed we can get this off here then now. Oh, the joys of low loaders that don't appear, that sometimes do and sometimes don't have locking scripts. That's not cool, is it? I actually watched Miss Celia P doing a review of this, and he also struggled. Well, he didn't struggle with this one, but he did struggle with the other one, which is why part of the reason I chose this one. But apparently, this one's not awesome either, from the perspective of locking the vehicle. But we made it. It's a nice. I like it though. It's a nice little load. You just have to be really careful with it. Yeah, not too bad. Thanks. I'm okay. So this, slightly unusually, is a. It's not a mixer. It's an animal feed trailer. Just an animal feed trailer. Right, so let's, for a start, get ourselves some animals. Brown, black and white. Whatever. Let's get a few. Fine, thank you. Good. Oh, and is that... Oh, is that our feed unload point as well? Really? That's a bit odd. Well, it's come up as an unload. Oh, or does that mean maybe it's in here and it's just got a really wide trigger? Yes, there we go. Yeah, we're just having a bit of a play on Lubelska Dolina just to see what it's like. So what's kind of fun about this, I'll just put, is that you can change the tip side, but of course it doesn't mean tip side, it means, so we want this actually on tip side left, and it just tips it straight out. So rather like a mixing, like a mixing wagon, you can actually tip it straight out the side, which is why it's quite a cool thing for feeding your animals. But that is all it does. But it's great. It's a nice little trailer. So if you've got, I'm on PS4. Dash on. Actually, we'll just nip out here and get rid of the green beacon. Here's our sheeps. So we need to get our sheeps some water. Yeah, I quite like that. And so the Massey Ferguson 6614 is also, this was an update as well actually, this came out a few weeks ago, but again it's had an update this week, and again I hadn't had a chance to play with it yet. I hadn't used it on one of these before, so I thought we'd give it a run. And it's a very nice tractor, I do like it in this grey. I shall be using this soon. So it looks like we've got a silo here, more storage, lots going on. There's definitely no shortage of storage, all the different maps, all the animals are in different locations. Doesn't look like we can dump that forage, that hay anywhere, but never mind. Not to worry. So, let's find us somewhere to leave that. Wow, nice big shed, look at that, all open, plenty of room. And what I did notice as well actually is the sleep trigger. I haven't really explored this yet, but the sleep trigger you can sell. So it looks like if you wanted to, I mean I'm a new farmer, so the yard that we're at is the one that you start with on new farmer. Just put that away, nice and tidy. Brilliant. Shan't need the low loader again, so suggest that we will actually return it. Everything I've got is leased. I sold all of the starting equipment, but everything I've got is leased. That's quite nice, quite a nice outfit actually. I hadn't even realised I'd managed to match the colours reasonably well. Cool. So, oh yeah, and that one does have straps as well. So if you wanted to use it for pallets or bales or whatever you could do. So let the garage, leased items. And we will, for now, return the VStRuk. So you can see I'm rather hitting the slots a bit hard, so as we use stuff, we'll return stuff. Some of this we'll just look at as static items. I'm not going to have time to test out all of this stuff. Right, okay, so let's see what we've got at the store. Well, this isn't at the store, but it'll do. We'll come back to that shortly. So here's the other low loader. We'll just take a quick look at this. Quite a nice thing. Those fold out. You have to actually unclip those before it'll allow you to unfold it, which is quite nice. It sits quite high. These sort of wheel covers are optional. They're quite nice as well. I like those. But yeah, it's quite nice. But again, it doesn't have a locking script particularly, or it's supposed to. It reports it does, but I know Mr. CEP had issues with it. I haven't tested it. I can't comment. That's just what I've seen. So again, while we're at it, let's go in and return that. Over here, actually, another one that I'm probably not going to use, but I thought was worth a look at. So there's been a couple of trailers this week, but I thought this one was worth taking a look at. I did find when it was hooked up to a tractor, the perspective on that sort of frame at the back. This is in its bale configuration, so it's got this bale head frame, creel I suppose it's called, isn't it? But what's interesting about this one is, although it's an A-frame trailer, you can lock this front axle. So if, like me, you're not so good at your reversing your A-frame trailers, you can actually lock that front axle. It does get a little bit jittery because obviously then you've got 6 wheels you're trying to turn at once, but it does work, and it works quite well. You can fold it down, it has straps. I just thought it was worth a look at. It's an interesting, although I say just a trailer, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually quite a nice one. I thought that was worth mentioning. I don't think we'll get used to it. We'll come and use the baler in a minute. But urgently, so I've got this is the John Deere 7720, again came out this week, and actually attached to the Lizard liquid Bowser, which came out a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't have time to use it on my first one of these, so I thought again we'd use it today. So the first thing we need to do actually is fill it. Now, can we get water from these things? You know, I've never tried. Yeah, you can. Isn't that interesting? Ah, yes, of course you can, because this will take all the liquids in game. Oops, I wanted it for water, so we'll get some water in it, and we're just going to put a little bit in. I want to make sure we've got some, but actually I also thought we could do, so we're here at the store, and right in front of us is a lake. So let's go have a look and see if we can get water from the lake. That's a useful test on a new map. There is actually what looks like it might be a water point at that farm that we've got as well. So that could also be worth a test if we get time, which to be honest is probably unlikely. No easy access from this side, but there are boats on the other side, so there must be a slipway. So there's two versions of this tractor. That's interesting. And I forget what that's called. Stuff you make beer out of. Seriously, hops. Those are hops on those. Now how can I get down? They're a bit narrow. So yeah, this version is two versions. Hey, Titch. No worries, Deshi. I'll have fun. Get some rest and enjoy your party. But yeah, so this tractor actually comes as two variants, one with a sort of gear sound and one with a standard engine. Makes quite a nice sound. It's a slightly odd startup sound, but that's alright. Can we fill? Not looking likely. Going to drown the oh no, yep, you have to put it an awful long way in, but yes, you can fill the tractor. Cheers, Dacia. Hey, Vintage. That'll do. I don't need it full. Nice, so you can get free water. It's yeah, that's quite steep and you have to take it quite a long way in, so you want quite a big tractor to make sure you don't get sucked in and clip the edge of this field. Sorry. Right, see if we can figure out our way back to the sheep. I think we just follow this round. Alright, so a bit of forest here, so if you want to do a bit of forestry. I think there's a few forestry areas on the map. But yeah, just cutting through the edge of this one. That looks quite nice in there. So I'm hoping I'm going the right way. Let's fingers crossed. Nice little village again, some hops. Oh, sorry. Don't walk out in front of a tractor, you crazy lady. Right, let's go and give our sheep some water. Oh, it was a bit daft that I returned the truck actually. I'm going to need it again, but never mind. No worries. Yeah, well, the first 5 minutes I wasn't very live because I hadn't realised, although I sort of, the new update for the PlayStation recently means that you have to unmute your mic, having plugged it in. So I was silent for the first 5 minutes or so of the stream, which is a little bit annoying. So there we go. I know, but Titch wasn't here a minute ago. I've got Alexander with me. So yeah, this is one of the John Deeres that came out this week. It's quite a nice tractor. Say it's got an engine note in it and everything. It just the textures seem a bit flat. Obviously those lights look a bit flat, and it's not particularly low slot count, so it doesn't have particular benefit. But there you go. But it does the job. Right, there we go. There's our sheep sorted. I need to figure out where the wool pallets spawn. That will become relevant. Well, I guess once we've got some, we'll know where they spawn. Not obvious. Ah, here is a trigger. Must be here. Okay, answers that question. Right, if the trailer's nearly full, we'd better go empty this. So where's a sell point? Actually, what I was going to do was go and test the silo again. I can't steer. Why can't I steer? So actually, that's maybe the thing. Yeah, I actually really can't. Wait, surely not. It's a trailer. Is that heavy? Might be because I've got this on. So I put this on, which is the, I forget what it was called. The multi-hitch. Looks like it's a bit too heavy for this tractor, which is quite funny because it's a 7 series. It just extends it quite a long way out. So it's a sort of, you attach it on, it's got ball attacher at the bottom, which is quite cool. You can have a choice of that or a pin, and it sort of converts your tractors, sometimes you have problems connecting your tractors up. So I'm going to disconnect the trailer because it's clearly got far too much weight because it extends it beyond. And we'll get rid of that. I just thought I'd try it out. So yeah, it means you can have either sort of trailer hitch on your tractors if you've got a tractor or something with a 3-point link that you can't connect. Actually, I did think what you could use it with is the JCBs to give them a bit of extra turning circle. That's better, but it does appear to really exaggerate the weight of your trailer. I mean, there's only, what's in here, 9,000 litres. It's not a lot, really, in the grand scheme. So let's do this properly. We'll oh no, that trigger was for the chickens. Need to go and have a look in a minute, see if we've got eggs yet. So we'll come this way. Yeah, I quite like this tractor. I quite like the sort of curved-sided tyres. They're quite cool. The Brazil tractor that came out. Need to move the bureau. So yeah, can't seem to unload this trailer into the silo. So don't know why that would be. We'll get out of the way a second and then see what we can do. Don't know if it's just a mod thing or if there's something wrong with the silo, or even if this isn't actually the silo unload point, but when you highlight it, when you tag the silo, this is the point it gives. So let's see now. Right, it's the silo. What this does give us the chance to do, if I get inside, is show something. So this has the advantage of being able to adjust the angle of the tip. So if I put it at its lowest, which is only 10 degrees, that should be alright. If we'd have gone much higher, that would now be hitting the ceiling. So that is quite cool. Take the cover off, which nicely unrolls. It doesn't just sort of disappear, it rolls nicely and it sits in that little hook. And you can even see the handle. I can't quite. You see the handle moving there. That handle there, you can actually see it rotating around, which is quite groovy. I like that. Anyway, do that. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Right. Having discovered that that is indeed the right position, let's see if we've got a sell point somewhere. Where could we go sell at? Okay, so that building up there is the spinnery. Well, there's one just here. So there's pZonaKo, which is this one. Not the best price for wheat. Where's the elevator? Is that a long way away? Yes, that's down here. Well, it's not that far, actually. So let's go have a look. What I do want to do is get some baling done, actually. Whoa, what on earth have I got stuck on? Oh, that's weird. Something invisible. No, it's fine. Oh, maybe the trailer caught on the rather large cedar that I've got sitting on the entrance to the yard, because there was nowhere else to put it. No, there's something weird going on. Through these curves, I think. I say it does seem a bit. Feels like it needs a massive weight on the front, although I have put a weight on the front. Just some struggle a little bit with this tractor, but all right now. Okay. Put the cover across. That's very cool. I do like that. Yeah, it seems to get stuck in the edges of the road a little bit. Am I still going the right way? Yep, we go all the way down to the end of the road. So let's switch over to the wheel. Fortunately it's got good brakes. Okay, for random pedestrians, don't look before they jump out in front of you. There's a fuel station. It's worth taking a little trip around, have a look about. Right, okay, maybe you're done with a slightly more powerful tractor to try and get up this hill. So now I'm in cab, really should be out so we can see what's going on. Ah, there's our sell point. This is a nice map actually, I like this. Again, it's nice because it's not the sort of map I'd perhaps normally play on, but it's just a bit different for me. Right, looks like we're going, maybe we don't. Not sure really what that's there for. This is a potentially handy turning point. Sorry, nearly lost my controller. Certainly no shortage of the fields. How do I get in? Is it up here? Yeah. Okay. Looks like we were probably supposed to have gone in that way. Oh, so is that actually the sell point there, the unload point? Nope, there it is. Oh, that's quite nice, maybe a bit different. Oh, except I should have picked that a bit straighter on, clearly. There we go. And unfortunately this doesn't give us the chance to show off one of the other things that this will do. Yes, we could try it though. Right, so this is a back to the controller job. Oh no, not back to the controller job, I can use it with my side panel, that's cool. Because this will do that. Now unfortunately, so what you can do is you can lift it all the way up and then tip. But of course, it's too low, so I can't do that. But before we had it on 10%, so let's now change that to maybe 35 degrees and see how we do. It's a very adaptable trailer, I actually really like this one. And there's a few options on it in the store as well. You can have it as a sugar beet trailer, or you can have it as this variant. Or there is an option to add more to it, make it silage trailer, but I have a feeling it then becomes silage only. So that's the second of those trailers that came in that pack this week, and actually I think they're really good. There's a couple of other bigger ones which don't have this sort of fancy lift function, but they do have the angle select function, so that's quite a nice trailer. Anyway, no time for the wicked, no rest for the wicked. Let's jump back. Okay, we'll see how we get on later on if we've got time to sort that out. What we need now is another tractor. So this is the other John Deere that came out this week. Again, I think this might just have been an update, if I remember rightly. But again, I haven't used it in one of these before, so I thought we'd give it a go. So we'll go grab our baler and we'll do some baling. So I got a new baler yesterday. Nice cheap square baler. And we'll do a little bit of baling. I might need to get an in-game bale trailer. I haven't got any auto load ones in on this. I'm quite specific. Well, I've got the auto stack like the pickup ones, but I haven't got a modded auto load one because I've only got the only mods I've got on here are the ones that are new this week. So it's because it's very similar to the Massey Ferguson one. There's a Massey Ferguson one. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's not the same as that one. This is a square bay, not a wrap. Oh no, yours is a square bay. What's the difference between SB and other option? Sorry, Titch, what was that on? On that trailer? We'll jump back in a minute and have a look. So, unfold the baler, as usual. Lower it. Turn it on. Don't really need that. And it's a baler at the end of the day. Oh, it's got a good pickup, look at that. And some speed. This is a quick baler.
I want to see a bale coming.
Here cometh the bales. alternate rows, and I don't need to bale it all, I just thought we'd give it a go.
Oh wow, there's another rock.
On the trailer? Okay, we'll go and have a look in a minute.
Not two of them.
Just about got enough room to turn around. It's not like I need the straw, I just thought we'd give the baler a go. Yeah, it's a nice baler, works at a good speed. And it was pretty cheap too, if I recall. Here it is, case 8575. It's 9 slots. Right. It's not too crazy considering compared to the roll belt. Actually no, the roll belt's 5, so yeah, it's about standard for a standard square baler, fine. But it was only 24,000, whereas you know your base in-game square baler is 105, so good price. Yes, they're just standard. It's just standard 4,000 litre bales. I don't think it's got any options for changing, not that I've noticed anyway. Yeah. But if you're wanting a cheap square baler, this could be your thing. And it's quick.
Oh, we're going faster.
Running at 24 kilometers an hour. That feels fast to me.
Well,
Standard baler runs... Actually, it's not that much faster. Standard baler runs at 20. So it's a little bit faster.
It's probably just a track.
No, not necessarily. Most machines have a limit. I see, that's cheaper, true. It's quite a big beast though, isn't it? I think the other thing about this is it's relatively low horsepower, so that needs 140, that one needs 70, this one needs 85. So yeah, it's much lower horsepower, I think, than most square balers. But yeah, quite a nice little baler. Right, let's go grab something to get those up then. Actually not that sure what I'm going to do with that quad track. It's just too big. I'm not even sure I'll get it through to the yard. We could do though. These dropped yesterday. This was only an update, but I don't remember seeing them before. Not that I pay attention to everything that comes in. So there's a Pöttinger set of plows. Came out yesterday. Again, it was supposed to be an update, but yeah. So there's a little 1.5 meter, 2 meter, a 2.5 meter, and this one, the 3 meter. So I thought I didn't have another modded plow this week, so I thought we'd give it a go. Hey Mello, how's it going? So, Titch, you were asking about the trailer, so let's jump back to the trailer. So, you said, what's the difference between SB and other option? I'm not sure I understand. Because you've got... So you've got this where you can tip right up. And then from there... Alright, I don't have access to this land. I knew you were going to be awkward. From there you can then tip. It just opens the back. So, you know, if you're tipping into a small trailer or a bunker silo, or not a bunker silo, you know, a digester, then you've got that option, which is pretty cool. And the other thing you can do, which of course I now can't really demonstrate because I have nothing to sell. Let's drop that down. It's quite a nifty thing. Ah, sorry, SB sugar beet. Gotcha. Right, then let's look at that in store. Beg your pardon. Now I understand. So actually, we could look at these. So there's the 3 PTS that we looked at a minute ago. Got a few options. So we've got these, and one of these I think was a separate mod. No, that's the separate mod. This is this one. So, which actually we haven't used. So if I need it, so the sugar beet, you can have, yeah, sugar beet bodywork. Just has a slight sloping front and slightly higher on one side. Doesn't have the option for a cover. Then there's grain bodywork, which is the one that I've now got with the cover. And then silage bodywork, which I'm assuming, I haven't checked, but I'm assuming just means you can only use it for forage crops, and then back to standard. That's basically it, really. But yeah, so if you do that, obviously you've got standard wheels, wide tyres, Trelleborg, Michelin, Nokian, and then you can have a cover. And it just adds that extra little bit at the back as well. It's a nice trailer, I actually really like it. I mean, it ain't cheap. 35 grand, what? Up to 39,000 litres. I mean, it goes up to good size, but then I haven't checked it, but my guess would be that it will then only allow the forage crops. I don't know, not confirmed. And then there's these two which are slightly bigger, but they don't have that sort of scissor lift, beg your pardon, option. And then the other one that we've used actually, although it's out of the same pack, is actually under animals, which was the this one, distribution trailer for fodder. It's quite cool. So yeah, and actually what I didn't do yet, and I suppose we could get one, because I downloaded this one yesterday and then forgot, because we then got the new pack. We're getting loads of this roll speed, and actually I actually quite like it, this Roland stuff, because I actually quite like it. I like the design of it, I like the colour combinations, all that. I think they're really nice trailers. So that main colour is the chassis, design colour is, that'll be the extensions. Yeah, so you can either have those. Actually no, I have got one of these. I've got one of these sitting in, I'm sure I've got one of these sitting at the farm actually. I lie. Fairly certain I've got one already. But yeah, and again, like, you know, you can just have sides on, just one side or the other. Both sides, make it a bit bigger again, bit bigger again, bit bigger again. Lots and lots of size possibilities. Goes up to 27,300. It's a nice trailer. Have I got one of these? I do. Okay, good. So there's one of those at the farm. We've also got this. We'll have a quick look at this. I'm not going to use it. It's called the chip van, which is actually quite funny. It's a Woodchip trailer, 40,000 litres, but it will take anything. We've got one sitting in the yard. We'll have a quick look at it in a minute. So yeah. Right. Where was we? Let's get this ploughed back to the farm. Oh, seriously, what is with the pedestrians in this place? Right, I'll put the quite nice, clean and tidy inside this. I like this. So this one was just an update. It wasn't new. I can't remember what the update was. Keep catching that bloody tractor and cedar. Seriously. Oh dear. And I'm kind of guessing, but I'm assuming it needs. Actually, this does stick out quite a long way. Does it fold? Ah, it does. Okay, that would have helped, wouldn't it? Yeah, would have been better if I'd have folded it out first. And looking at it, guessing you can rotate it nicely. So fold it out, turn it. .3 metre width, it's not bad. And the plough. So let's leave our worker on that. Ooh, I'd forgotten I got the Deutz. Let's use the Deutz then. So this was an update as well this week, but again, I've not used it on one of these before. Wow, it's a Deutz. Why wouldn't you? Oh, look at that. Beast of a tractor. Right. Let's quickly grab ourselves something to get those bales with. So I'm just giving up with the pedestrian. They're all over the shop. There's hundreds of them. Right. Baling technology. Quickly grab something. Just to get those bales out of the way. I bought one container too many of lime, which is slightly unfortunate. We've got a new lime spreader, an updated fertilizer. Well, we've got 2 lime and fertilizer spreaders, one of which was an update, one of which wasn't. Yeah, there's a lot of pedestrians. And actually, if we've got another trailer, we can go and empty the. We can go in empty the. Is that the work? Oops, sorry. Oh, so where? Any sign of these eggs yet? Oh, no eggs. Any eggs? Have I no eggs yet? Surely. I've not started making eggs yet. Well, that's a bit odd. Oh well, okay. Well, that could be unfortunate because I've got us an egg trailer. Oh well. Right, I might return that. Blocked by an object. Oh, seriously? Really? That's blocking you? Come on. Right, so let's start returning some of this stuff that's just getting in the way a little bit. So we'll return that. And we'll return that because apparently that's just scaring the worker. And we'll return, we get to it, that. Okay, get those out of the way and just start clearing up the yard a little bit. Well, it's not there anymore, is it? Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, it is quite compact. It's amazing actually though, there's tons of, you need to be quite careful, and obviously because I'm, the slight disadvantage of doing what I'm doing is that I'm using the mods that came out rather than what's necessarily fitting for the map. So I've got a heck of a lot. We've had a lot of big tractors this week. We've had a fairly big combine, quite a lot of, well, mixed sizes of trailers, but you know, so a lot of relatively large equipment, and yeah, it's quite a small yard, so it's a bit challenging, but it's fine. But we need to get that worker ploughing. Yeah, but it's not like, it doesn't really matter how many, because it's not like we were really doing it properly. Nearly missed 2 though. I will gradually remove stuff, because I know at some point Titch is going to say how many slots does the map need. So we'll return the stuff that we, and there is a barn somewhere actually, so we could even sell these bales, which is a bit of a bonus. So let's go park this out of the way somewhere. I do. That's going to get very tight on that corner if I'm not careful. Right, so let's go sort our worker out, who's supposed to be ploughing and is basically just taking a nap. Okay. It's quite a nice plough actually, this. 3 meters, not huge, but it's, you know, in relative terms, not small either. Oh my goodness me. And trees, obviously there's trees, so trees are a problem. You know what our workers are like with trees, scary trees. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it would be nice if it was a little bit better. Right, that'll do. So it's not quite a square field either, is it? Which doesn't help. Right, let's leave him to that. In the meantime, let's straighten this out. Oh, so there's the chip van, as so called, which is quite nice, just a big 40,000 litre fifth wheel trailer. Can't get up. Have a look in.
Wow, that's huge.
I mean, it looks like it's only for forage, but actually it will take anything. It's not a bad trailer actually. Right, so I'm going to leave that trailer somewhere. Yeah, so this appears to be then a mod issue, that this trailer won't unload into this silo. But fine, is what it is. So what we could do while we're here is grab the cultivator. I suppose equally what we could do is put a layer of fertilizer on to our field. So this is, oh dear, yeah, a little bit compact, as you said, Titch, in the yard. So I've had quite a lot of these style recently, and we've certainly been inundated with them. So this is the Lizard Virtuous, and we'll just get a little bit of fertilizer on. What's its width like? Let's have a quick look. It would need a dolly, so if you got the right dolly, absolutely, yes. It would do. So the Virtuous 15,000 litre, okay. 36 slots. Wow. Okay, 24 metre spread. Good spread. Fine. Do you need to do anything to it? Oh, just turn it on. Get some fertiliser down in our field before it's all ploughed and cultivated and sorted. Good questions, Titch. I'm glad you're here because it's stuff that I wouldn't otherwise remember to think about. I'm glad you're here anyway, but you know what I mean. I don't know why I moved across. That was a bit pointless, really. Could we do it again? Go in and get in a trailer so we get that tractor going, couldn't we? A combine rather. Running on our sunflowers. Oh, he's doing a rubbish job of that ploughing. Oh well. Whatever is ploughed is ploughed. We'll cultivate the rest. Hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fertilised better. It's a very high slot count, I feel. Also does lime. I can't remember if there's one of those ones that does manure as well. It might be. We'll have a quick look in the store because we've got two of them today. So I can't remember which was which. Just try not to get in his way because we don't want to confuse him. You know what these workers are like. Right, if I just back up, spin around. Oh no, there's a collision on the bit of wood that's holding the door shut, perhaps not surprisingly. Spin it this way, wait for him to move out the way. There we go. Is it me or is that field over there rather excessively undulating? Because it's not just, you know, it's sort of wavy. It's a wavy field. We're going to have a look in a minute. Wow, look at that slope up there, at the end of that field. There we go. Going to damage the crops, but fine. Whatever. It's not like we're going to have time to harvest it all anyway. And there's another tree, so that's going to cause our worker issues, isn't it? Right, so very quickly then, let's go grab a trailer. We'll return this straight away. We could unload it, but I'm not that worried. Actually, we could do, because it's... doesn't matter. It's fertiliser, but it's not like we need it. And then again, that's one less thing. We'll gradually be working down to our slot count. As you can see, I virtually maxed out the slot count. I was very worried that I was actually going to run out of space. Yeah, 36 slots, that seems really high, because the other one, the ACCURA, is only 10. Slightly smaller capacity. Oh, I forgot to check. So yeah, this one does fertilizer, lime and manure. If I go then into fertilizer technology, that one does the same. Okay, yeah. Same width, slightly smaller capacity on the ACCURA, but a third of, well, over a third of the slot count, so that's kind of crazy. Oh dear. That's not good. Well, I'm glad you've got the window at least, because I didn't. Last time I had hard seasons. Actually, what I should do, yeah, let's use this. We'll get this cultivator going as well. Missed. So this is a 3 point. Is it? Oh, so it's 350. So chances are it's a 3.5 meter. So it's not a 3 meter cultivator. It's a 3.5 meter cultivator. It doesn't fold up. It's also a bit too heavy for this tractor, but never mind. Whoa, what am I? There's a lot of stuff. It's a nice map. It looks really good, but it's really narrow and there's a lot of stuff. Like I said, I've really not got the right equipment for it, but I'm using the equipment that came out this week. That's the rule of first day on the farm. Whoa, definitely needed a front weight. It's fine. Once it's in the ground, it'll be okay. So you did have an option. You can either have those sort of shark fin type things on the bottoms of the fins, tines, whatever you call them. I don't know. Or not, basically. It's going to be a bit slow. I have a feeling that our seeder is actually a direct seeder, so to be honest, it doesn't really matter that much. I just thought we'd use it. So in cultivators, there it is, the Trio 350. It is indeed 3.5 meters. Yeah, should have a weight really. It also needs 160 horsepower, which I'm not sure the Bura is, but it's not. It's doing all right. How many slots? 7. Not too bad. That plough's 12, so that's okay. And yes, that is a direct sow, so that's fine. Good. Okay, I will return the baler. We're not going to do any more baling today. I will return the liquid bowser. I will return this rather fine forage, food, fodder delivery trailer, which is quite cool. I like that. And if you're, because I'm umming and ahhing about moving over to, you know, mixing en masse, leasing a forage food mixer, mixing all in one go, putting it in a silo, then something like that, just to get it out again, spot on. You could use a normal trailer, but you know what, it's just a bit different. We'll leave that because I'm going to go and take those bales to the barn. That's still going, that's we'll still need. I'm going to return that, actually, and I'm going to return that. And now we've got a quick look at it. I'm going to return that, and actually, you know what, we've looked at that, and we have used that, and I'm going to keep those two for now. I can't remember what I did with, where did I put that? 7370. Oh, that was with the trailer, so that's fine. We've done with that too, and we'll leave those for a minute. Good. Clearing up as we go. Right, next, let us get this combine emptied. So let's grab the Deutz here. Doing for time, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. How are we doing for stream time? About an hour in. Okay. Oh no, hour and a bit in, hour and 15 or so. Oh. Apparently we've just gone through a growth phase because the grass has suddenly appeared deeper in the yard. That's quite funny. Right, we can nip up. Just nip up. That's fine. Still no eggs? I don't see any. So here's the other of the Holland trailer mods.
I don't know where the eggs are coming from.
No. Here's the other of the Holland trailer mods that came out this week. This one was just on its own. It's the one we just looked at in store. Oh, sorry. Begging your pardon. So let's go and get the combine emptied, and then we'll have a trailer full of sunflowers that we can go and sell at some point. Then I suggest we drive over to the barn and take a look at that. I'm just going to drive through it because we've probably not enough time to come back and do all this anyway. So, looks like there are collisions on everything in this field. So, yeah, electricity pylons, trees, because you know workers don't like trees; they're just a bit scary. And telegraph poles all have collisions. So, if you wanted to do this with a worker, you're going to have a lot of clearing up to do. If, on the other hand, you want to do it yourself, that's all good.
Which you want those doing this?
No. Now we want time. Just wait for that to unload. Cool. Get the worker back on it. Get this out of the way. No. Oh. You don't want to fill up your trailer every time you empty the harvester, but the harvester was full. Because if you filled up the trailer every time you emptied the harvester, you'd be running backwards and forwards with the trailer an awful lot. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things in this field. Oh wow. So what's at the end of that track then? Still no eggs? No. That's not good. What's at the end of that track, at the end of this field? Oh, nothing. Oh wow, that actually goes off the map. Oh, that's quite nice. Really looks like there's something there. That's quite cool. Now, I saw somewhere a barn. So let's go to the barn. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in here. We are going to find our Massey Ferguson tractor, which I left down the sheep. Reset it. And we'll go sell those bales, and let's check out the barn. We also need a little bit of grass. I do like this tractor. This will definitely be appearing on a map near me very soon. I think it looks great. The silvery grey, slight metallic finish, and the red, the vents, and the black wheels. It's a great combo. Right, so we come out of the yard and sort of go left and turn a right around the lake and follow it all the way along. That'll be easy.
Daddy, what's that?
What's what?
You know the big red tractor with tracks you're going to use?
The quad track, yes, I'm going to use that. So there are 3 very important things that we have to do. Well, kind of 4, because I want to go to another sell point too. 4 things we have to do before we finish the stream. So, yeah, what?
What is the thing on the end of
It's a seeder and planter. It's a very good one. Yeah, nice to spend a lot of time on the farm. I tend to get really busy trying to use all the mods, but forget it's also about the map. It's it's slightly more of a challenge than I expected actually doing. Oh, that's quite nice. So what's this we're driving past then? Oh, it's just a sell point. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's slightly more of a challenge than I expected doing these actually, but it's kind of fun. Just looking at the mods that have come out, figuring out things that we can do with them, try and get used to them, get a bit of use out of them, see what's going on, but also explore the map. You know, to squeeze it into a couple of hours or so gameplay, it's quite a lot. Plus the hour or hour and a half it takes me to get all the mods bought at the store and positioned at the farm, and it's a lot more work than I expected. Right, yep, we can go in this way. So here is our barn. I'm enjoying it. It's giving me a chance to look at maps that perhaps otherwise I wouldn't play, and there's always maps that you come out and go, oh, that looks really interesting. I wonder what that would be like. Wow, look at all these bales here. Good grief. Them's a lot of bales. Guessing our sell point is in here. Slow-me. Looks like this is our sell point. Let's hope I'm right. Oh, I want to remember how you do this. Should use my side panel more, really should. I'm looking forward to the next one, which I think will be Blue Mountain Valley. I might even try and do that this week, because that looks like a fun map. Try and do it one evening if I can. I may not be able to do one of these next weekend. Right, and again. Ooh, that's interesting. Wasn't quite in the sell point, it seems. So if I do 9 to lower the baling platform, will it take those with it? No, it won't. Oh well. Right, so note to self, should have been a bit further into the sell point. Apparently the trigger's not quite as big as you might think. And it's not marked, so something to be aware of. But hey ho. It's part of the reason we're doing these things. Figuring out the stuff. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, there's quite a lot of detail. It's interesting because a lot of the Polish maps, and no disrespect to any of the modders, and I haven't played any of them, so this is just my observation from watching, is that they tend to be quite low slot count, maybe a little bit lower on the detail, and also a little bit smaller. This is quite a big map. There's an awful lot going on, yeah, in places quite a lot of detail. There's also a lot of very different buildings. You know, there's several different farms, each one for each of the animals. There's got to be another silo somewhere, because somewhere there's a silo with crops in, and they're not in the one at the main farm. So there's a lot happening. So yes, I'd expect it to be quite high. And judging by how high I managed to get the, how far can you go up there before you hit the edge of the map? Actually, I'm just wasting time. Let's not look. Yeah, not that far. But yeah, so more forestry area all around here. There's a lot of forestry. It should be quite nice to get a sawmill if we get time. Perhaps when we do our next cell trip, we'll come to this one, Kukrovnia, guess. And we'll have a quick look at the forestry and the sawmill while we're there. But it's a big map. There's a lot happening. Forestry all over the place. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So yeah, and the fact that without even thinking about it, I mean, I know I've got a fair amount of equipment, but you know, I got pretty quickly to pretty high slot counts. I was getting really worried I wouldn't have enough slots to get all the equipment I wanted to start with. Right, I bought this tractor back. I've no idea if I'll need it or not, but we will see. I'll leave it at the yard, at the store, so it's out the way. We'll return the bale trailer. We won't need that again. He's reversing all the way back because there's not enough room to... Oh my goodness, look at the mess he's making of this field. Really? Seriously? Oh, whatever. Anyway, sorry, wrong way. Right, how's our ploughing going? Not very well. Why has he stopped? That's a bit odd. He was quite perfectly to start the next patch and just stopped. Oh well. Well, in that case then, let's take the Massey back up and we'll line the field. None of it needs to be finished, it doesn't really matter. Right. So we'll use our next of the fertiliser, lime and manure spreaders, which is actually, of all the ones that currently I did quite like. There was at the Maximus that was out last week. One of the helpers is blocked. Okay. I might just fire them in that case. I think this is my favourite. I mean, I quite like the Maximus, but this one I quite like. And I know that's a bit dull because actually it's one of the, you know, standard brands, in-game brands, but actually looks really cool. The KUHN ACCURA. Only 10,000 litre capacity, which actually for lime I suppose isn't huge, but of course all that all depends on its discharge speed. So let's see, or discharge rate rather, so let's see what that's like. I'm going to turn time down because otherwise it's going to start getting a little bit shadowy, too shadowy. So what's our spread width on this? Oh no, I did that wrong way. Oh, 24 meters, because it was the same as the other one. Let's have a look. Do we need to open anything to make it work? Not obviously, no. I'd say that's probably more than 24 meters, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Right, I think we'll fire the workers. They've decided to start cultivating in the next lot of crop. One of them's decided that he's had enough anyway. The other one's just now reversing back up the field with his plough. Excellent. So let's put a worker on this. Why is he stopping? Oh my goodness. Okay. So workers are a little bit of a problem. I suppose it's a challenge, right, of all of these, a lot of these fields being quite this close together. That's fine. It's a nice plough, that actually. I like that plough. Quite tempted to use that. Get this out of the way because he's about to be very much in the way, and I probably don't need this tractor anymore. Whoa! Good spread. Helper H has completed his task. No, he hasn't. He's not even got to the bottom of the field. Right, so let's return some of this stuff. I'll just clear the decks a little bit. So, Pöttinger. That was a nice little, that's 12 slots, but it's a nice little plough, I like that. The trio, that's quite cool, like that. What else do we got that we've now done with? We'll probably get rid of the Bura. It's a nice little tractor, I think I'll be using that soon. And the 6175R. Right, so that's cleared the space a little bit. Good dirt detail actually on those tyres. Well, this is a nice mod. I'm looking forward to using this. Yeah, that looks really good. Right, so let's bring this all the way down to the end. Again, slight challenges of the size of the yard and the equipment that we're using, but that's all good. Oh, and he actually managed to miss a bit. For goodness sake. How? Oh no, that was me. Oh, fair enough. That was how I started, not the worker. Fair enough. We gradually migrated across to fill in. And actually, what's that used to? About just over 2,500 litres of lime to do that. Oh, but he's missed the end, so we hadn't even done the whole field. So it doesn't feel like a particularly low usage rate of the lime, actually. I'm just going to go straight through the crop. We're not going to have time to harvest it all anyway. Keep saying that I might do. Maybe we've had quite a few of these type of spreaders recently. Maybe I was umming and ahhing about doing another lime usage test. But there's so many lime spreaders now, but maybe I'll just focus on these ones that we've had recently. These sort of, they're all quite similar style design. Right, so let's leave that there a second. Is trying these mods likely to get more than you would? Oh, possibly, I suppose. I mean, some of this stuff I was right. This Massey I was already thinking about using. The Bura I was already thinking about using. The harvester I probably wouldn't have done, but equally, I'm going over season soon, so I shall lease a different harvester every year. I wouldn't necessarily have thought about using one of these, but actually I really like this one. The thing is, the way that I play is I tend not to replace equipment very regularly, so I suppose on that basis I tend not to use that many mods, and I always see loads and go, oh, that looks really cool, I'll download that. You know, this quad track, would I have used it over the in-game one? I haven't really used the in-game one yet, so probably not. I'm not going to get that through there. How am I going to get to this field? Okay, here's a challenge. Even if I can get it through the gate, which I probably just about could, there is no way I'd get it through the yard, so let's go about. But I suppose there is always that possibility of, what is quite fun about this is that sometimes you see a modern car that looks quite fun, or that's got an interesting function that perhaps we've not seen before, and therefore it's quite fun to try it, but I wouldn't necessarily, oh, that's interesting, a little bit of forestry. I'm just going to wreck crops basically, but I wouldn't necessarily have, you know, is the novelty sufficient that I use it loads and loads? Possibly not. But equally, actually there's an element of, actually would I be paying as much attention to the new mods that are coming out if I wasn't doing this? Probably not. I tend to keep an eye on it a bit closer in the week, and rather than just going, oh, that looks interesting, I'll give that one a go and add it to my list of things that I'll think about trying at some point, of which I already have a massive list. And this is the challenge, right? Which is why I'm starting to lease more, because when on seasons it makes sense to do so, but I mean, even on no man's land, I'm leasing. I haven't bought a lot of stuff, partly because, oh, slight snag, partly because it was cheaper to start with anyway. I'm just going to go through this field, and partly because yeah, it was a way to try different equipment. But I still find I tend not to remember, if you see what I mean, to go, I've used this for a while. I rarely get bored. If I like a piece of machinery, I rarely get bored of using it, so I tend not to replace my equipment that much anyway, which is a shame, because there's tons of base game equipment I haven't used yet, far less you know, all the millions of mods that are out there. This, however, is a cool piece of kit. So this is the, let's have a look, get the name right. So we've got the quad track 620 20-year anniversary, and we've got it in anniversary colours. We'll have a quick look at that in a minute. And the ShaRRDY Estrela 32, which is a mod of a base game one. It has slightly greater capacity for seed. I think it uses the same power, same width, but also it takes all of the crop types. So this is the case 620 20-year anniversary edition. It's very cool. It's got the black bonnet, the extra stickers, and I got it with that 20-year thing. It's nice. This extra little tank is what makes this one bigger, and it's optional, you don't have to have it, but it will seed and or plant anything in game, and it's a direct sow. This is a seeder for all, I'd say all seasons, but that's not true either, is it? But it is one complete multi-purpose seeder, if a little unwieldy on a map of this size. But it's rather cool. I haven't filled it, I didn't bother to fill it with fertiliser and seed, just I didn't need to, given the size of fields that we're dealing with here. But it does need 420 horsepower, but it's, you know, 14.5 metres, it's big. And it missed a little spot, never mind. Bring it over a little bit so we don't hit that tree. I'm actually quite surprised we managed to get all the way to the end. Lift it up. So with a quad track, it's quite nimble, though it's struggling to turn that easily. Just a little bit too much steer on it. There we go. Just a little more nudge. Go on. There we go. Could be interesting to see what I use on my next map, actually, which again will have seasons running. So I'll be leasing a lot of stuff, but I've ended up with loads of money when I finished on ShaRRDY, so I can go big right from the get-go. Get a load of fields, lots of big equipment, or at least use big equipment. I may not buy lots of big equipment, but we can use lots of big equipment. Right, let's leave a worker going. He's likely to miss a lot, but it's fine. Yeah, direct sow. We'll do everything. Sort of base game. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, oilseed radish, grass. Obviously the 3 extra crops that are in this map. Corn, sunflower, sugar beet, cotton, all with one planter stroke seeder. It's pretty cool. That is huge. Right. Our worker has actually done a pretty reasonable job of this bottom half of the field, so that's not bad. Sorry, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's do a little bit more ourselves. May as well, actually, we'll just take this bit up the middle of the field around this pylon. Zoom in a bit. Quite dark inside. So oh, what did I just do? But why? Oh, I see. Oh yeah, of course. Because I'm on the thing. I meant to put the lights on. Don't seem to do that much anyway. Yeah, a little bit dark, the old dark glass. But hey ho.
Then you come out of it.
Wrong one, sorry, trying to move the camera, there we go. But yeah, it certainly is a nice map. Get that for a minute. The only thing about using all these mods is that you have to, it helps to keep the window on so you don't miss anything. Yes. Dark glass. That's a little bit too dark. So I suppose if I was actually going into the setting sun rather than away from it, I would probably feel it was just about right. So, actually having set him off, let's leave him working. And what we could do, just briefly, God, there's so much of this map, I've not really had time to explore it all. We got any grass fields anywhere? We need a bit of grass. If I put grass on, what have we got? There's no real... Oh, hang on. Field 18 is indeed grass. All right, answers that question then. Mind you, equally, there are loads down at, what's that? So fields 64, 65, 66, 59, all of those, they're all grass. So why don't we buy one of those and it'll take us down to a different part of the map. In fact, we get out the biogas plant. Look, in fact, actually, no, let's do this one next to this patch of water. Buy that. You have to buy the biogas plant. How much is it? 132,000. Okay. Just being silly again. I'm going to jump out though, let's have a look. How far up here can we get? I'm very curious. This little track that goes off. Ah, that's it. Oh yes, you can tell, because look, you can't tell from a distance, but yeah, the texture suddenly changed. That looks great from a distance. That looks amazing. Very cool. Anyway, so we need to go down to field 62. To do which we will go past the pigs, which we haven't really looked at yet. Actually, the one thing I was going to do, sorry, very quickly, just quickly visit here. Have we got some wool? Yes, not a lot, but some. Okay. As you were. He's moved over to the next field. Yeah. Workers are being so. Okay. There. What have we learnt there? Be careful with your workers on this map, because he's just started destroying the next crop and planting straight over it, despite the fact he's actually managed to miss a bit as well. But anyway, there you go, it doesn't matter. So yes, definitely go all the way around your field before you leave a worker to do anything. Note to self. Right, work has a full grain tank, so let's ditch the worker then. We'll go empty this, and then we'll get rid of the, sorry, we'll go empty this, and then we get rid of the harvester as well. Fold up the header. And then we've got one more sell point, so I'll have to pick a sell point we can go visit as well. But before we do that, let's go. And we're not even going to empty that all out into there, but it's not big enough. Yeah, well, that's one advantage. I mean, if you look at the map, I mean, you could do that all over the place. It's one of the nice things about a map like this is you can start, you know, even that's quite a big field, so you can start small, but gradually. Actually, that's the area we just went past, wasn't it? Was it? That's got trees in it, I think. But anyway, I know that was something else. Where was that? Actually, that area with trees. Oh, that's this. So you can buy that for 32 grand. But yeah, so you can, you know, a lot of these fields you could really easily buy up in relatively short order, and sorry about the noise. Yeah, you can buy up a lot of fields and then pad them together. It's one of the great things about maps like this. I am just going to ditch that because he's probably finished anyway. That's a great cedar. What else have we got that we're done with? We can return that. That's probably it for now. Okay, so, oh no, not that. That. So, this has had yet another update this week, which did cause some issues. I bypassed it on one of my maps, but I haven't tried it on the other one yet. But yeah, we've now got this vinyl wrap you can put along the edge, which is quite cool. There's 3 different versions, and we've got the tippet and associated trailers and all sorts of things. There is a separate back that goes on here you can use that goes straight on, but I've chosen to take the trailer. So we were going to do a bit of a convoluted route, and this is where I could do with being able to plan out a route like we do in SnowRunner. So let's go this way then. We'll go along the back of the pig farm. We'll just have a quick look at that as we drive through. Switch over to the wheel. So here we are. This looks like this is the back of the pig farm. So let's just have a quick jump out. Yep, definitely the pigs. Again, it's quite a good yard actually. This is a good, it feels a bit bigger. I think we've started the smallest yard. That looks like that'll be your, yeah, there's your buy and sell point for your piggies. Again, each one's different. This is similar to the sheep one, but you know, but it's got, actually this one interestingly has got both feed and water points inside. It's an interesting texture. And I also noticed, and I wonder if this is where some of the other crops are that we actually start with. It's got another silo, and that's a big silo too. Oh, so the other thing I was going to check actually, and we could do that, is in our garage and owned items we have our farmhouse, which of course it's not, it's our sleep trigger. So if I sell that, I wonder if I can replace, it's pure guesswork, right, but I'm wondering if I can replace it. So if I come down here, actually it'll be in placeables, presumably miscellaneous, I'm guessing. No, Oh no, it could be in farmhouses, sorry. Duh. Right. So we've got a house here. Oh, I can't place it here because I haven't bought the land. Okay. Buy that then. Now the proud owner of a piggy farm. There we go, that's better. Can't place it there. Where's the sort of main door? I suppose that is kind of a back door kind of thing. There must be a door somewhere. There we go, there it is. Presumably means... Oh no, we can't. Hang on. No, that's because the fence is in the way. Yeah. There we go. Can place it. Right there. So you can quite easily then start any one of these. They are fixed. You can't sell the houses or buildings or anything. Apparently I'm not tired. It's a matter of opinion, but alright. So yeah, that was the pig farm. Oh no, not that. Sorry. Right, moving along. So yeah, so I mean there's all these different yards, but it's quite, you know, you can quite easily just pick that up, place it somewhere else. So the sheep are there. Right, so we're going to go past horses and cattle. So kind of need to come down to the end of this track, hang a right, and then take a left. Again, I should probably do less in cab really. Don't really need my wheel for doing these sort of things, much easier to do. Where's the road? Not yet. The other fun thing about doing these things is I've done something I would never do in real life, and I put the sort of crazy sport tyres, really, you know, low profile wheels on here, and I wouldn't do that. It's just not. I wouldn't do that on one of my farms, but it's fun. It's fun to do it on something like this, you know. Just try these things out. So a few more trees, sort of nursery, tree nursery. They're all in rows, a bit like the other one we saw earlier. Right, down here somewhere, I'm guessing this is it. Randomly parked. Mind you, I didn't actually put traffic back on. So let's go and have a quick look in here to make sure we are in the right place. Bit busy map, so yeah, definitely. So here's our cow pastures, cow farm, if you like. Again, another different building. I mean, the level of detail. That's just a shed. This one looks like it's got a light switch. I haven't actually checked any of the others for light switches, but tiny little bit leading in the grass inside. But wow, I mean, seriously, this is a nice map. A little one there. Wow, look at all this storage. I mean, this is huge. We really picked the smallest yard to start with, but it's just the one you start on a new farmer. So I'm guessing then this is presumably our cow shed. Yep. It's like feed, water and straw or something. Feed and straw probably. Not 100% sure where the animal trigger is. That must be the pickup point for the milk. Ah, here's the animal point. No. Maybe that's the pickup point. That's the pickup point for the milk. Okay. So that one there must be straw, water and food. There's the slurry point. Manure. So where do you get your animals? Not 100% sure where the animal trigger is. Just going to randomly keep pressing along here. It's definitely food and water. Problem is that one of these is also straw. But I don't see the animal trigger. Might be because I don't own the land. That could be why. Little bunker silo. Nice. Okay. Right, quick run across the road then. I am rushing a little bit. I need to finish. Alexander, do me a favour, turn the aircon off. Because I think I saw horses. Yep, horses just here. That's not an opening gate. As will that not be either. I'm sure one of these will. Okay, maybe I should come a bit further down. Aha, this looks more. No. Let's have a look. Where am I? quite a big setup actually. It looks like this is all part of it, but actually horses down here. This looks more likely ish, maybe. It's all a bit random. Fuel station somewhere. Glad it didn't come with a vehicle. This looks better. Right, so you actually access this from this side, just from the track, not from the road. So this is our horse farm, and again, tons of storage, absolutely everywhere. Relatively small. Bit like the one we started at, it's a much tighter spaced yard. No silo, which is not that surprising. But I didn't see a silo at the... oh yeah, there is. I'm assuming that's what that is. Yes. So that presumably is your in point. Here is your out point. So there is a silo. I didn't see one at the cow farm. Obviously quite a big one at the pig farm because you need it to feed pigs. But yeah, nice. Not 100% sure. Hang on. Where the pasture is, looks like it's over here. Yeah. So here's our horse shed, I suppose you might say, maybe. There we go. Wow, it's got a little paddock. Level of detail. Oh, feed, water. Because you can even open those doors up. Each one of the little, I don't know what you call those, the little things that each horse has. Presumably somewhere in there you can spread your straw. Presumably there's the dialogue box. So why couldn't I find one for the cows then? Interesting. Okay. Maybe I should try buying the land and see. 252 to buy the cows. Let's go there. Sorry, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Visit. Right, let's go back there a second. So where then is the trigger? The animal dialog box. Don't see anything obvious. No, definitely wasn't that one. It's right here where there isn't a dialog box. There isn't a thing on the floor. Interesting. Okay, well that answers that question. So there you go, that's waiting by your cows. Excellent. Just jump through to the right vehicle. I should put traffic back on really. And we will carry on down. So going back to the map. Keep going past the fuel station. Oh, it's quite an excursion to go all the way down this way actually. So we'll turn, I'll just back up a little bit. Now into the oncoming traffic. Now remember to switch traffic back on. I had to switch it off when I was trying to get that cedar, not surprisingly. Or was it the lorry? One or the other. Out. It'll take a little bit of time to test this out. I've been looking forward to trying all this. Again, so this is one of those things that I would love to use, but I'm not sure I've currently got a need for. What's that? Wow. So it's another sort of workshop, but not a workshop, but it's just decoration. Good grief. Okay. I suppose, you know, you've got lots of little villages. It kind of makes sense. You know, each one would have some sort of local workshop, garage, recovery type place, you know. So here's all our grass pastures then. So we got 62. So we take this left, this little track. And I think this one is ours. So let's play around a little bit. First thing we'll do is take the cover off that. Oh, that was slightly unrealistic, but anyway. So we can obviously undo the strats from inside. Fold that open. This is a fuel tank on top of here, which I didn't bother to fill up, but you could do. You can do those straps individually, and they are, you know, they are designed to hold this down. In fact, you could even see the impact it had on that then. But of course, you can also do them from in cab. So this is the Bag-It. There are 3 different versions of this mower: the Mow-IT, the Bag-It, and the Mulch-It. The Mow-It will leave you a nice, neat, tidy swath on the ground. The Mulch-It won't leave any grass on the ground. The Bag-It will bag it up. To all intents and purposes, what you've got is a separate loading wagon that you put on the back, and you don't switch it on. So let's put this on. We'll turn on the forage wagon. We'll unfold the mower. And then if I come to this, turn on the mower, and we are mowing, and we are filling the grass. I got the bigger one. There's one that's only 350 litres. I got one that's, I think it's, we'll check in a minute, 1100, 1200 litres, something like that. I mean, as a mowing device, it's hardly practical for doing a large area, but you know, if you've got a small areas to do, or you're just trying to neaten up your hedgerow, your verges or whatever else, it's all branded Japanese, which is pretty cool. This thing on the front is actually a leveler, so you've got an option to have this mount on the front, and you can either have it as a leveler. Oh, it's full already, 1500 litres done. Yeah, you've got the option. You can either have it as a leveler, or you can have it as and you'll notice that because the thing is full, it was still mowing. Oh, and the leveler's now pushing it along. That's quite funny. Actually, you've got the option to lift. So if I lift that up any higher, just about, but it's still going to catch that grass. It's quite funny. There you go, it's spread it now nicely. But what you can then do with this, and I haven't tried this yet, I'm assuming, kind of guessing. So if I just come out second, and we'll quickly jump in here and fold it. No, not that one. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Open cover. There it is. So this trailer you can have with this on. You don't have to. You could get 2 of the Mow-Its on here if you wanted to, but you can do this. And we'll just back up. I'm hoping this is right. Unload it. It's not got a massive capacity, but you know, it's not really designed for doing whole fields. So what we could also do actually is if we switch the I can't remember which one it is. Have I put that on? Ah, beg your pardon. Lower pickup. Put it on. Right, now we can pick up the grass that we just moved. So you can just mow and then come pick it up, but it, you know, you do have to have it as a separate thing. And then if I switch back to that, we can put the mower back on. And there we go. So if I just do a quick turn, it's 0 turn. It goes a bit slower actually as well. That's the other thing that's worth noting, because we've got the bagger on the back, so this sort of loading wagon attachment, it goes at a loading wagon speed, so it's 6 miles an hour, 9 kilometers an hour. And we can switch that off in a second and I'll show you. That's not quite full, but it's not far off full. So again, whoa. Put some lights on, there we go. And it's got under lighting as well. I've got green underlighting on this to match the green colour. Have it in 3 colours, white, red or green. There we go. I'll unload that. I'm stuck somewhere. There we go. It's because of that thing. Cam on. There we go.
nearly full.
It is nearly full. And then, so now just come back on the mower. Switch that off a second. Put the mower on, and we will speed away at our maximum mowing speed of 28 kilometers an hour, which is nuts. I mean, actually, you could reasonably mow this entire field in pretty short order. And the Mow-IT, the one that actually puts it out in a nice swath, this leaves a broad thing, but the Mow-IT actually puts it out as a swath, still runs at the same speed. So you could have, if you wanted to, you could have a Mow-IT and a Bag-IT separately. Mow-IT really fast and then Bag-IT. But of course, your Bag-IT's still going to run at the same speed. But yeah, just so you can just mow like that. Actually, you could, you know, because of the speed, you could mow a fairly large area pretty quickly with this, and it will do it quite effectively. But that's that. If I switch the lights on, bring it back on, of course that thing at the front, which is probably that, yeah, you can just drop off like so. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could drop that off too. And then that's what the mower by itself looks like. You can also have a rollover bar and all sorts, which of course I didn't bother because I was putting the Bag-IT on. So they all come separate bits. There's a snow plough as well. You could have as a front attachment. We'll have a look at these. We will have a look at these in store. I haven't really done, but there's so many options for these. It's worth just spending a couple of minutes having a quick look. And again, strap it on. Jump in. Close the cover. Fold it all the way. And that's full, almost. So it's what? Be about 2,800 litres of grass. Fold that away and you're off, you're done. Go on to your next little mowing job. And then what you can of course do is, we won't, but I could, is you can just unload it and just tip it all out on the ground and then try and drive through it. But yeah, so yeah, if you, I don't know, we wanted to sell it, put it in a bunker silo, whatever you want to do with your grass when you're done. But pretty cool. And these new wraps he's got for the sides, I think they're really good. But yeah, warning, if you've already got one in game and you haven't updated it yet, don't wait. Go into game, sell it, come back out, re-download it, reselect it, you'll be fine. At least I think so. I had no choice but to re-download it this week, so but I just didn't activate it in the save game. I didn't have a chance to sell it, but I'd sell it first, deactivate it from your save game, save your game, go back in, reactivate, you know, get the update, reselect it, and you should be okay. But yes, we do know someone, poor Raw, who it messed up his game completely. But yeah, I quite like the fact you get the little window sticker on the front as well. It's pretty cool. Can't see it from the inside, which is a bit odd. But yeah, nice mod. Anyway, that's enough of that. So we've got one last thing, well, two last things we need to do. So we can return that, turn that, turn that, turn that, return that. It's quite a lot of little bits, and return that. Yeah, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do on 6 ashes yet. I haven't even dared look. But I'm not that far through on 6 ashes. If I had to redo it, I could do. But the problem is, if I don't, it means I've got to try and get the money, rebalance the money again. So, very quickly then, let's grab. Actually, you know what? We can return this too now. So, very quickly, return that. Let's go. We've got one tractor left. Let's go to another sell point. So where were we going to go? I did suggest somewhere. I had somewhere in mind. So we've been to the elevator. There's this one down here, down in the right in the bottom corner of the map. Oh, we didn't go to the biogas plant. Oh yeah, so let's go down there then. We didn't go to the biogas plant yet. Oh, in actual fact, my guess is there'll be a track that'll come all the way across here. We can go down here, go sell, and then we'll have a quick look at the biogas plant, head back up. So now I don't want to do it in cab, do we? Not cover on this thing? No, I suppose not, because of its design. So yeah, there is a track. It goes all the way down here. It seems huge, this map. I know it's just standard size, but I guess it's because there's very few main roads. It's a lot of tracks going a bit here, there and everywhere. Oh, a fairly major road too. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, you could quite easily, as we talked about, you know, cut some of these trees down and a little bit dark. Yeah, quite easily cut some of these trees down, plough out the strips in between the fields and join the fields together. Get some pretty big fields going. Nice to see bits of water all over the map. That's where we were over there. You can just see that strip of water is where the grass pastures are that we were just at. How much is the biogas plant? Good question. We will have a look. I think I looked a minute ago. I've got it 250 grand or so is in my head. I'm not sure if that's right or not, so we'll check. Yeah, let's have a look when we go past. Oh wow, look at the churches. Church.
Churches are huge.
Mm-hmm. Just do a bit of an overtaking manoeuvre. A few flats. So this is a very different area. It's got a very different feel to the rest of it. Well, these are the flats, a basketball court. It's very built up. Still got the hops though. Is this the sell point we wanted to be at? Yep. Zaklad. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, missed it.
Daddy, why is that your only tractor?
And I've got rid of the others because I need to remove all of the vehicles that I bought so that we know how many slots the map is. There we go. Sunflowers. Oh, tight turn. Just about. There we go.
You should use the wheel.
Look, it's just the turn circle of the tractor. Should use the wheel, but when I'm doing something like this, it's a bit easier just to stick with the controller. I'm in and out a lot. Right, biogas plant. Which way to the biogas plant? Okay, so out of the edge of this sort of little township and a left.
What are those?
Hops. That's how you grow hops, you train them up. Those sort of things. Hops that we make beer out of. Very important. Beer is very important. Oh look, a shipwreck or a boat wreck.
Let's go explore.
So lots more forestry again, little patches here and there, but I mean there's still a lot. There's a lot to do, and these are the smaller bits of forestry. There's a lot to do. Look at these. Some of these leaning over a bit. And nice little area on the edge of the lake. It looks quite nice. Here's the biogas plant coming up on the left. So let's have a look in here. Oh, we've covered a couple of the sell points. We've been to the barn. Lots more sell points to explore. Biogas plant. A couple of pretty decent. Wow, they're pretty wide, aren't they? Crikey. Decent sized bunker silos. Digestate tank. There's your digester. Oh, there's your digestate tank. Must be this one over here. Again, a little bit of storage. Not much, but you don't need much up here. So that tip trailer would be very useful for selling that, because it's quite. You couldn't do it with conveyors either, because the digesters are a really long way away from bunker silos. So, to answer the question, How much is the biogas plant? The biogas plant, oh, it's less than I thought, 132,000. So not too bad at all. So yeah, we got a bit of a drive around. There's so much to explore though. We haven't been down to the animal dealer. There's another little sort of village down here with lots more fields around it. And there's tons on this map. It looks huge.
Fields.
Yeah, how many fields? What's the highest numbered field? 114, 125, 131, 139, 150, 151, 158. My guess is that is the highest. So there's 158 fields.
We're going to be doing a lot of work on this.
It's 158 fields. Yeah, I just think they're just, I don't know if it's just because of the design of it or what, it just feels like it goes on forever. Right, just jump out. So, one last thing to try, return that. We need then a truck. And I'm actually not going to use the VStRuk because I don't think it has a particularly good turning circle. We'll just get the man. Standard man colours.
Just change the colour.
That's fine. Doesn't really matter. So, have we got eggs yet? 5 litres of eggs. Is that all? Okay, fine. Well, it's enough.
Yeah, at least there's some.
So, in that case, we'll make it 2 quick little things to do.
It's better than none.
Yeah, I do. It's just, oops, you missed it. It's already up at the farm. Because this week, mind you, having said, oh, that's fine, where are the eggs?
Let's always forgot them.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. So the eggs are in the same place as the animal dialogue box, and therefore not a lot of use for what we need to do next. I've no idea how this works, by the way. Let's try it. I don't even know if it'll work like this. Put the thingy on. Right. No options. Interesting.
Maybe it has to be closer.
Maybe it does have to be closer. Maybe it just needs to be in the spawn point. I'm not sure actually, and I haven't, to be honest, I haven't looked at the description either. That should auto load, and it doesn't. On the other hand, maybe.
I'll just put it up.
Ah. Oh. That's interesting. It just disappeared, but where did it go? Oh, there you go. 5 litres of eggs. Oh, so it probably just means it's not enough for it to show yet. In fact, this should have come with... Oh, and I didn't look. Miscellaneous. And maybe that's why it didn't work. Because... Oh no, it'd be animals, wouldn't it? And I never thought to look. Oh, we forgot about these. Oh no.
What are those?
Oh, that's annoying. Right, we'll have to use those next week. Bale shredder.
Bale shredder?
Bale shredders and a forage mixer. Right, next week, must do cows. Apologies to the modder. Oh, I was looking forward to using those as well. So where are these then? Would they be under...
We went straight past it.
Just a minute. Oh, belt system, sure. I'm sure this was supposed to come with its own pallets, unless you buy it as a pallet. There we go. Animal good transport pallet. So let's take this down to the store. We'll buy, oh, I could have leased it, but it doesn't matter. We'll buy one of each, one for eggs and one for wool. And then while we're in the store, let's also get for animals the wool trailer. So there's 2. There's one for eggs, one for wool. loads of colour options. I'm not
change
going
the
to...
colour.
Oh, fine. Alright, look, 'cause we've got all of these.
Let's go with gold.
Really? Oh,
Yes. Aww.
just trying to figure out which is what.
This one gold.
Oh yes, you can have steering axles. This one's slightly bigger, looks like. Actually, I think it's longer than the egg one, which is not surprising. That's for the Flegel thing on the back. That's fine. And you can put a trailer hitch on the back, so you could always daisy chain them if you wanted to. Right, so let's take this down, and I wonder if that's the reason. Quite surprised then, actually, because I should have thought maybe it's only supposed to work with its own pallets, or may just be. Yeah, I have a feeling actually you're supposed to put the pallets in the cell in the trigger. It uses those to fill up because they're supposed to be oversized as well. They're large size pallets. And then
Now we just have to wait for the weight.
oh yeah, look, unloading side, and they're too big for me to pick up. That's a shame. I was going to take one and try it out. I'm not going to faff now with getting telehandler and all that jazz. I suppose you could do. Where did
Can you just buy another telly?
I not lease that trailer? Am I been really dumb? Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, I've been really dumb. There it is. Oh, they were marked. Look, that's the chicken one. That's the sheep one. Should have thought this was bad planning. Should have thought about that earlier. So somewhere in there is some eggs. Anyway, so let's then return. We'll just do one at a time. Let's return the egg one, and we will. Sorry, and we'll sell the. Oh. Oh.
Or are they both chicken?
How do I know? Okay, that must be the egg one, right? Judging by the volumes. Oh, you swine. Okay. So that was the egg one, right? Let's try that again. Actually, we can sell these now too. Sell that.
Wait a second, you can sell your farmhouse.
You can do, yeah. Well, no, it's just a sleep trigger. Right, so, remind me again. So, some pallets.
Yes, it is.
Animal goods transport pallet. Wool. So, actually, I am curious. Get one of those. Avoid the normal ones.
One like the one I have. My toy one. And the one. Oh, Daddy, that's not big enough. Yeah, it still needs to be wider.
Oops. Still need to be lower.
Yeah.
That wasn't exactly what you'd call neat. That'll do. Should be able to strap that down. It's not coming up with the options.
How about we just plug this in and see if it'll work?
should do. Maybe it's an in-cab only. Yeah. Now whether that's actually on, yeah, it looks like it should be. It's gone through. Because I hadn't done it properly and the egg box just disappeared. I'm wondering if it wouldn't work anyway. So I just thought we'd try it with the wool, because there'll be more wool than there were eggs anyway. So not a lot, but there should be more. And of course we might yet still need the telehandler to get the wool the pallet off. Try and do this quickly but without crashing. It's quite late. Been spinning for a long time. I need to finish 10 to 5.
What?
Yeah, if you want us to go to the swimming pool, we need to go. So, where is our wool? Oh, there it is, look. Not that we've got loads, so it's not going to be a huge test. Right, very quickly just jump back, lift that up. Not really used it so much. So I think, yeah, I'd forgotten about the pallets. I should have put the pallets in before we started, because then I think the wool and eggs just spawn straight onto the pallet that comes with it. So that was my mistake. But let's see what happens by putting it in later. Very strange. This is the camera. The camera you know is the one actually on the attachment. It's very weird. It's jumping around a lot. There we go. Interesting. No idea what this is going to do. Oh, I haven't got space. Quick, close the door.
Why?
Because it was in the way.
Ew.
So I think you're supposed to put this in the trigger. Should have read the instructions properly. There's plenty of space in this one. This is a good one to use it. Okay. Just need to get that out of the way, don't we?
That's not lovely.
What we could do, of course, is buy a whole load more sheep and speed up time. Just kind of takes the first day on the farm thing away a little bit, but let's buy more sheep in the interest of science and experimentation. Lots of sheep. Lots of sheep.
What about the black, the new ones?
What's it matter?
It would be better to get more than just one.
Right. How many sheep does it take, by the way? Oh, it doesn't say. I thought it told you somewhere. It doesn't always.
431.
What?
431 litres of wool.
Oh.
Can we pick it up? I'm guessing not.
Right, let's see what happens. Well, we can try loading one straight on anyway, but I'm pretty sure now that's in the trigger, it should. There's just no option at all. It's really weird. Let's try reversing in for a start, that might help. That's why we've got the man and not the VStRuk. Nothing against the VStRuk, but it's just not as agile. Get the sheep and go to sleep. They need to. And we could do that, we could just leave it overnight and see what happens, but if I can get that close enough. It doesn't come up with an option, or yeah, I'm just not that sure how it works. Oh. There you go, that's how it works. Just jumped on, literally. And so how much is on this? And that's now 60 litres, so that had filled up since we can now fasten the tension belt. This is a decent sized trailer. Actually, you know what, I'm very tempted to use this. There's been so many of these kinds of variants coming out recently. It's pretty cool actually, but this one I really like. And there's a huge capacity for wool on this thing. Come on then, let's have some more. So if I speed up time a little bit more, it's going to get a bit dark.
So we've still got a lot more. We've still got a lot more. Whoa, the clouds are moving.
Ah, there we go. Because we're right next to it, as soon as wool goes into it, it fills up onto the trailer. So let's move the trailer out of the way. And again. So it will work with even without its own pallets, which is interesting.
Oh wow.
Dog.
Where?
Well, on the game. Interestingly though, oh, it's still going straight onto the trailer.
Huh?
It's still that close. Good grief. Okay. Well, this is interesting.
Kind of scary.
How many slots? Good question. We'll have a quick look in a minute. I know this is the problem, isn't it? The same problem I've got. Everything is an issue of slots. Right, now we're far enough away. So now the wool pallets appear on this pallet. Actually, you know what? Let's go to our house. Let's skip. We'll sleep through the night. Where did I put it? Where's the house? Wasn't the cows, it was the pigs, wasn't it? There we go. That's where we're going. Have a good night's sleep. I know this is no longer first day at the farm, but you know what? There we go. Nice. Quick jump back. Oh, I left the lights on. Battery will be flat. Oh, look at that. Lots of pallets of wool now.
Wow.
Right.
We can go pick up some more.
Oh, and that must mean then we've got an excuse to go to the spinnery, right? Let's take time down a little bit now. Oh, it's really done it. That was quick. Look at that. There you go.
Wow.
1,691 litres of wool.
Well, we have a lot to fill. We have a lot to do.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. So you would only need it once a year. And if you had a couple of those pallets sitting around, that would fill it in the meantime. Right, so let's just nip into the garage. So the pallet is 5 slots. Presumably each subsequent one is only 1. Let's return that. Let's return that. The trailer itself is 10 slots, so not silly. And if I go into animals, sorry, actually into pallets, yeah, so each subsequent one is one pallet, one slot, and that looks like regardless of whether it's chickens or sheep, wool or eggs. Cool, that was a good experiment. I'm glad I managed to figure it out in the end. Right, so spinnery. We've got another opportunity to do one more cell. Spinnery.
Why?
Oh, we were going to get the sawmill. Fiddlesticks. Where's the spinnery? Okay, spinnery tag. Oh, it's there. Fine.
Quite a long way.
Well, then you'll have to explore the sawmill for yourselves. Let's go and sell the wool. Yeah, I mean it seems to work without, so I'm not sure I understand the benefit, to be fair. They're quite a good size. Could be that, I suppose, maybe if you've got a map that doesn't have a particularly big spawn area for your wool pallets, as some don't, then because that will take, I don't know how many pallets it looked like, it would take at least 4, maybe even 6. If you had a couple of those sitting near, in or next to your trigger, then that would oh yeah, we knew where this trigger was, it's up here, we saw that already. Then that would maybe increase the amount of capacity you've got for it to spawn. That could be it, maybe. But yeah, otherwise, frankly, if it'll load straight onto the lower end, I'm not sure that's the point. Wow, weeds. We've got a weed attack. So here's the spin ring. So let's see what happens. Let's put that on. Doesn't appear to be any unload, so presumably it's just automatic. Yep. Oh, interesting, you actually have to trigger. Or will it? No, it won't. So it won't unload automatically like you would normally. You actually have to tell it to, which it will do easily. And there you go. I actually quite like that. That's quite cool. And it has straps. It doesn't seem to have individual straps. Oh yeah, it does. So you could use it for bales as well as a normal bale trailer. Or whatever you want. So you use it as a normal trailer, but you will need one for eggs and one for wool if you want to use it in that manner. That's all.
Adub, I just hit the ground and come back up.
So going to the garage. Final question then, how many slots is the base map? Wow, that is high. That is very high, actually. Yeah. So that explains why I hit my nothing left in the garage, right? Oh, we do. We've still got one of these. Okay, fine. Get rid of that then. And we've still got the farmhouse trigger. That's only one slot. And you'd kind of want that somewhere. So there you go. 809 out of your 1299 slots. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. But it's not the kind of map. It's the kind of map you just come on and play. It's not the kind of map that you would put loads of extra sell points, placeables, blah. You can't sell any of the animal shelters, any of the farmhouses. They're all fixed. I haven't come on as farm manager or start from scratch, but I'm assuming they're all still there because they're not available as mods, and you'd have to use base game stuff if they weren't there. But I don't know for sure. I've still got one pallet sitting in the store, but yeah. But it is a hugely detailed map. There's a lot going on. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, would be very tempted to play this map if I wasn't already absolutely slammed with a whole load of other maps that I just don't have time enough to play as it is. But yeah, it's nice. Jump on, have a look. We haven't had time to cover everything. There's just too much going on. Lift appeals. No, because that was somewhere else. We go for a swim though. Oh, nice gravel texture all the way under the lake. Before I drown. But I mean, yeah, look, you know, the amount of weeds. There's the boats floating on the water. There's all sorts, all the hops about the place. What's worried? What's what, Titch? The slot count. Did you miss it? Was 812. That's just changed. I'm sure that's just changed. Anyway, yeah, it's quite high. But there you go. That is, in a nutshell, first, well, just over 24 hours now on Lubelska Dolina. But it's quite a nice map. Yeah. If you're fancying something a little bit different and you've not tried any of the Polish maps, as I haven't, oh, there's a massive grass area here, we could have done that, then come on and try it. Explore some of the mods we've had in the last week. We've had some pretty interesting stuff this week, actually. It's been a good week for mods again. We're getting a lot of stuff at the moment. But yeah. So first day on the farm is done for another time, for another week. Sure, Alexander. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, give us a like. Oh, likes and subscriptions very much appreciated. I can't help but lapse into Mr. Seeley speak. I really shouldn't. But yeah, likes and subscriptions very much appreciated. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you can join me on the next one. Next one might be Blue Mountain Valley, I think.
That's the one we thought I could do.
Because I think that looks quite a fun map. And there's lots of interesting stuff to try in it. Oh really? Oh, bizarre. That's odd. Now I have heard that Seasons affects it. Of course I haven't got Seasons on here. Which is, yeah, don't know. But yeah, thanks for sticking around and chatting, Titch. Always good to talk to you, and everybody else who joined. Thanks everybody for watching later, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.